All right. We just beat Aston Villa 2-0, and yeah, it was a really, really good reaction. I was a little bit worried that, the team would have mental scars from the last couple games, especially the last game. But actually, if you were to look at that, you wouldn't know that they just come off the back of a very embarrassing and, gut-wrenching performance against Zagreb. So that was really, really good. I mean, he must have got into their heads. That was where his, man management must have come in handy, because when I was watching that, it actually looked as though we just come off the back of a couple of wins. That was the kind of the level of performance that I was watching. I really liked the fact that he changed up the starting lineup at the formation, because for me, that's what I think we need over a whole season. You just can't keep with the same starting 11 and the same formation. I think you do need to kind of, I talked about this before. You do need to kind of rotate it and change it and change. Bring in different players to kind of freshen it up. And I thought he did that. I mean, playing Vinicius with Kane up top, a lot of people would have sort of questioned that, but why not give it a go? And it paid off, because Vinicius got his goal, albeit from like 2 yards out. But you've got to be there to get the goals, haven't you? So it was good for him. And I thought Moura again, the Moura sexual club. I'm inviting people into it. Anyone's welcome. He's really, really proving everyone wrong. All the Moura haters. He's really, really proving them wrong. And yeah, another fantastic performance from him. I mean, he's so positive on the ball. Every time he gets the ball, he's driving forwards with it. He's trying to beat a man or two. And I think he beat about three men and eventually got, tackled. And for me, that deserves some kind of statistic, if there's going to be a statistic for that. But unfortunately, he doesn't get anything for that, which is a shame, because there's so much that he does on and off the ball that doesn't really get sort of recognised. I mean, he's even back defending and last ditch headers and stuff like that, going forward, linking up play, dribbling past players, getting shots off. I mean, he was just fantastic. I thought Moura, absolutely fantastic. I also got to say, I've been digging Kane out the last few weeks, but I have to say that Kane put in a real shift today. I'm happy to say it when he does it. He came off and he had soil all over his face, and he had just marks all over him, like battle scars all over him. I thought Kane worked really, really hard, and he was actually dropping deep to sort of create the build-up play as well. Loads of sort of good performances. Endon Ballet again. I thought he was, just some of the little things he does are just dropping a shoulder, and just where 99% of players would go back to Lloris, he just jinks a shoulder and pivots, and then before you know it, we're in, attacking their penalty area. So little things like that people might not even register, but for me that is like huge. So Ndombele is really, really good. Tanganga as well. I mean, I thought he was potentially almost a Moura sexual, almost as good as Moura. I thought he was brilliant. I mean, for a young player to come into the side, not have much game time, having to prove himself, and also just off the back of two defeats when the team's morale might be low, he came in and he was driving forwards with the ball, dribbling past players, strong in the tackle. Thought he was excellent, to be honest with you. And why oh why have we been seeing Doherty play and not Tanganga this year? That is my annoyance that I've had this year. But Tanganga was brilliant. Who else can we say individually? They're the kind of the standout ones. I'd say Rodon, did well, did a good job. Sanchez put in a few last minute tackles and stuff like that. But your heart's always in your mouth with Sanchez. I thought he kind of, there was a few sort of half gaffes with him, but he kind of got away with it, sort of with a last recovery, sliding tackle, that kind of thing. So for me, his positioning's not quite right, but he got away with it today. So you got to say, job done with him. And we move on. We're only 3 points behind Chelsea now in fourth. I mean, if you were to ask us that a few weeks ago, you'd have said season's over, absolutely bombing. Mid-table could be on the cards, but you'd have to say that that's a possibility now. We've got a couple of tough games coming up now, but I actually don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility now. I think if we still maintain the energy levels and the kind of the desire that we showed today, that's what I really liked about today. We showed a lot of desire, and that had gone missing the last couple of games. But we really showed that there was a real determination to the way that we played. But of course, we need to judge this on the teams that are better than us, because we've always seen that we put in these performances against your West Broms and stuff like that. But when we're playing against the top teams, that's when we end up sort of sitting back and sort of playing at sort of jogging pace, and we're a little bit slow out the blocks. So I really want to see what happens in the next couple of games. I really want us to show up and really show you know, even put a bit more energy into it. You know, I want to see us play a little bit like the first half against Everton in the FA Cup. If we can do a bit of that for the rest of the season, I think we've got a real shout for top four. So you know, still a lot to play for. So anyway, yeah, I know we're all still hurting from midweek, but you know, I thought today was at least a little bit of a release from that. So we go on, we carry on, and I'll see you guys in the next show. Take care.